My name is Michael Coniker. I'm the original eldest son of Jerry and Gwen Coniker. I'm reporting recent crimes first. The most recent crime that's committed against me was on June 13, 2022. I brought receipts with me that you can have to back up what I'm talking about. Plus, I audio and video recorded myself in these events, if that's helpful. Plus, when the crimes were committed against me on Saturday, June 13, 2026, I had a friend of mine on my earpiece and he was listening in, so he's a witness. Okay, so I want to focus first on Dollar General. I made a purchase. I tried to purchase a Verizon wireless cell phone on May 28, 2026. CC was a store tenant. I was waiting in line. I was being patient. He was talking to the customer who already paid and was walking out the door. I want to see the videos of this because I'm actually going to file a civil complaint as well. I did not interrupt them. They were talking about their cats. I think it was beyond what it was for store behavior, but I didn't make an issue out of it. When it came to my time to talk to him, I told him I wanted to buy a cell phone. He brought me over to the rack and says, "We don't support this, we just sell it, we don't answer any questions." I said, "No problem, I'll take that one." It was just under $80, a Verizon wireless phone. He tried to scan it and he tried at least 4 times. He showed me the screen saying it won't scan. I says, "Okay, not a problem. There's nobody in line right now. How about I come back in an hour, and in the meantime, you call whoever it is on your support staff to find out why you can't sell it to me." And he goes, "No, I'm not going to do that, and you need to leave the store right now." I says, so I ended up completing my purchase. I bought orange juice, completed the purchase, and I says, "Can I have the number for your support?" He goes, "No, or I'll have you get out of here, or I'll have you arrested." And then he started to tell the people that were present, "This guy doesn't even work. He should be thanking me for working." And he said inappropriate things to other employees. I want to know exactly what I said that was inappropriate. I never said anything inappropriate to any employee there. So he's using inclusive language, making it sound as if I did something wrong when I didn't. So he wouldn't give me the number. I says, I'm recording right now." He goes, "I don't care." And so he called the police and said he was going to have me arrested. So the police came, and this is Officer Cordial. He was recording, and he confirmed to me he was recording, and he said, "You have to get off the property for the rest of the day." He didn't say I could never come back. He just said for the rest of the day, stay off the property. So I did. And then I came back on the 9th. So this is where I have it written here. So I came back at the 9th and did a purchase. I actually had a witness with me. And the purchase went fine. Paul did the sale. Paul's a senior level employee to him. Junebug's the manager. And CC's the one that's committing the crimes. Paul sold me the new cell phone. He scanned it a special way with a special tilt, and it scanned successfully. Not a problem. The next time I came back was on Saturday. So I'm showing you the dates, okay? The next time I came back was Saturday, June 13, and Junebug was in the store there. Now that was after I withdrew the money from the bank. I am a victim of IRA fraud, and I'll explain that at a different time. I wanted to get another cell phone, so I went back there. Junebug was present, and she told me that the police advised her to trespass me, and so did her management. Because I did, Dr. Kunsak, who lives in Westview, she helped me, and then Grok also helped me write a complaint. Dr. Kunsak read the complaint to Dollar General complaint staff, and they said they would get back to me. They did not get back to me. I did let them know that I am considered, that I'm being discriminated against. I am dysfunctional, and I'm claiming it's all lies. I'm wrapped in a series of lies. You need to know that Allegheny County Behavior Clinic has considered me to be incompetent to stand trial and non-restorable. That puts me in a very vulnerable situation. I'm as close as getting locked in Torrance for life as anybody could be. I've been sent there 3 times already. Attorney Hudak, related to the IRA fraud, has tried to get me sent there. And so I'm letting you know I'm in a highly volatile situation. Okay? All right, so Junebug, I didn't say any of this stuff to Junebug, but when I went there to purchase I purchased 3 times on Saturday, June 13th. First time, I told Junebug, I just saw her, she was working. I said, hey, Junebug, I want to buy a cell phone, and then she immediately told me what I already told you about the trespass stuff. And then, like I said, I recorded my behavior, including my voice, on a video recording. And then they have store recordings too. She did not trespass me. She told me that she wasn't going to trespass me, and she sold me stuff from the store. She tried to sell me a cell phone, and it wouldn't register for her. I says, can I come back in an hour and see if you can? She says, sure, no problem. So I did come back later that day, made another purchase, several items from the store. That time, Paul, he's a senior level employee, he checked me out. He's very tight-lipped. He didn't do anything wrong, but I could tell that he was very, just didn't want to say anything to me. Not a problem. I bought my items and left. I forgot to purchase SD cards. So I came back in a 3rd time that day to buy 4 SD cards. And there was a line of people. Paul was checking them out. I so happened to be lined up with the second cash register in the line. CC was behind that cash register. I simply asked him, is this register open? He says, no. And the police told you you're not allowed back on this property. And I said to him, are you confronting me? He says, is 2 + 2 4? I says, yes. And he says, you should have never let me know you have money. Come meet me here at 9 o'clock when the store closes. You're talking to somebody that has nothing to lose. So that language to me is threatening, terroristic threats, fighting, disorderly conduct, and harassment. I think he qualifies as all that. My government has charged me with burglary, and the Ross Township Police told me they're going to charge me with burglary if I didn't have my tenant evicted. The story goes on and on. I've never committed burglary, and I've been charged with theft by wrongful taking for receiving the Holy Communion, and then being inspired about 5 seconds later to let the church know I'm bringing God with me to court. I realized it was a spiritual disobedience, but it was not a civil crime. And so this is part of my past with a $50,000 bail put on me. And so the story goes on and on. So it gets a lot thicker with other stuff, but I think I told you enough as it relates to CC. I brought receipts. I do have this statement. So I was just wondering if I don't want to be so verbose on the paperwork. Can you help me fill out the paperwork?
I actually do have to run upstairs. I know that woman that was coming in when we were down here.
Okay.
She had an appointment at 10, so I had to go talk to her real quickly.
Okay, can I start filling out the paperwork?
If you want to start filling it out,
I'll try to be concise.
The issue with terroristic threats is there has to be kind of an immediacy element. It can't just be a threat for a later time, and I understand there's kind of this.
Are you aware that I got charged with felony 3 terroristic threats for not issuing a threat at all?
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
I don't know how, I don't know what the people in the past have done.
I've paid lawyers to help me address this civilly. They take my money and make it disappear. So I am a victim of organized crime.
And again, that's kind of beyond my scope. But
yes,
if you want to pursue it civilly, I understand that.
You're saying what I described to you? None of it is a crime?
Based on the fact of, again, like I said, for terroristic threats, which would.
What about fighting? He's saying you should never let me know you had money.
Again, all of that kind of falls under the terroristic threats, and I do know the statute requires an immediacy element, kind of like an imminent threat. So, to say come back later is unfortunately not really within the statute. If you want to
that qualifies as fighting, doesn't it? Doesn't that qualify as fighting? I got charged with fighting, never threatened to fight anybody except my father-in-law. Said I'd beat the crap out of you if you don't stop doing what you're doing. Then they changed it to murder. They said I threatened to murder him. I didn't say that. Threatened to beat the crap out of him for what he was doing.
And again, I don't know anything about any of the cases that you've had in the past. I just kind of look at what we have here today.
Yes.
But if you'd like to start filling out the paperwork, I'll look at it again.
Thank you.